This is a copy of Norma's bank statement.
This is not my account. I didn't have an account at TCF.
We can clearly show that Mary Baravikas' bonds were cashed into Norma's account.
The checks were made from my account and cashed by Nick and Perry and Zoe.
This is a notice that the mortgage has been signed into the name of Norma Toliopoulos and it is being foreclosed upon.
John and his mother went out and took out a $67,000 mortgage on it that I had no idea about, but yet my signatures are on papers that were used to get the mortgage.
The allegation is that the signature on that document was fraudulently obtained.
No. She had cataract surgery. They knew that I was authorized to sign for her.
When she fled Chicago after being accused of this crime, she left behind a letter in the safe deposit box.
Oh, God. You'll probably find a stack of these. For Christ's sake. This is, yeah, I fucked up. I signed the papers, I signed the bonds, I did it all, Norma. When I used to argue with John and beg him to just let me leave, I used to sign papers like this. I'd write them out. I'd be like, okay, here, look. I won't turn you guys in. I won't say anything. Here, I'll say it was all my fault. Take this. Nobody was listening to anything I had to say anyway, so I figured, fuck it.
The FBI contacted us to see what we could do, and Norma came to the office voluntarily for this meeting. I think that's how really cunning and kind of diabolical she is.
I just wanted it to end, you know? I figured I'd give them their grand finale. Ooh, you know, they said she's this crazy fugitive on the run, you know? Let me give them what they're looking for.
She did walk away that day. I have no idea why they did not detain her or charge her. I don't know.
This paper alone is not enough to put me behind bars. They know I didn't do it.
But why did you want to get arrested?
Nobody was listening.
Do you feel like people don't listen to you a lot?
What I mean by nobody was listening is I had sent this stuff to the feds years before this. You know? And nothing had happened. I sent them letters saying, look, I'll come back and do whatever you want. Just guarantee me safety for me and the kids. Nobody was listening. The whole world had prejudged me anyway. So what's the difference?
There is no real Norma. She's a con artist.
Ms. Khoury has said that she saw the FBI and that the FBI do not want to arrest her.
I can't comment on that. What I can tell you is that oftentimes the FBI conducts investigations of individuals and they do not know they're under investigation, and in fact that is usually the case.
I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her.
Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she acted, the color of her hair. Her voice is soft and cool, her eyes are clear and bright, but she's not there.
Okay, so what's that?
Conviction records of John and my father.
What for?
For domestic violence, battery, and for the other thing, not my father. It started when I was about 4, and I told when I was 17. I mean, just like one of the investigators used to say, when they were sitting there and questioning, and they said they wanted specifics. How many times did he touch you like this, or how many times did he do this? And I stopped him and I asked him a question and I said, are you married? And he said, yeah. I said, how many years have you been married? He said, 10 years. And I said, in those 10 years, how many times have you fucked your wife?
And how did your mother take it?
First thing she said to me when I first told her was, you have to tape record him talking about it because nobody's going to believe it. So I took the mini tape recorder and that was part of the hardest thing because I actually had to confront him. You know, he admitted to it. I was crying on the tape and I was telling him, you know, I wanted him to stop. And he was saying he's sorry. I think you will agree with me when I say that the perfect family only exists within the realm of our own imaginations. During the year of 1974, my nightmare began. Although I didn't know it at the time, I was destined to be, for the next 14 years of my life, the victim of my father's sexual perversity. Adulthood slapped me in the face and forced my childhood to be put aside and forgotten as I was left to deal with problems only an adult mind could handle. I was a child, trapped in an adult world of hate, abuse, and confusion in which I had no way out. Am I condemned to be tormented forever by the troubling memories of my past?
Well, some of these people who have suffered childhood injuries retreat into fantasy as a way of protecting themselves. To protect secrets, you often have to tell lies. So a climate of lying and secret keeping becomes a part of the fabric of the family and provides a model for the child as they're growing up. And the child needs to create a sense of control over the situation. Fantasy may be one way to do that.
No, I didn't create another world to live in, but you do learn how to hide what's happening to you. Because you have to do that every day of your life, in school, around teachers, around friends. My senior year was when I had reported my father, so I missed a lot of things that year because of the investigation in courts and all that other stuff. I say I have a big mouth in a bad way because I spoke out about my father too late. I spoke out against what was happening at the time with Mary and everything, but I mean, even that, it was, again, too late. I have a bad habit about speaking out about things too late because I'm too afraid to say it at the time that it's happening. That's my problem.
Well, I don't believe it, so it's difficult for me to say that it absolves her. I think that she is telling one lie after another, and that the lies are getting more dramatic and more unreal and more incredible as she goes on in order to prove her case. And I don't think that by sitting there and saying, well, wrong was done to me, and therefore I have done wrong to others and am not responsible, I think that's wrong.
Do you hate men?
No, I don't hate men. I mean, I just have a hard time trusting men. Do you know what I mean? I have a hard time trusting anybody. I mean, let's face it.
Is that because people don't trust you?
No, I have a hard time trusting anybody because I've been hurt by too many people that are supposed to be close to me.
I would love to know what drives her, but the problem is you can't get anywhere near the truth from her.
We're all waiting for Norma to tell the truth about why she did it. I don't know.
If you read between the lines of my book, you get to know a lot more about me. But I'm the only one that knows that. I chose the name Dahlia because I have a cousin by that name that something happened to. Well, it's similar to what happened to me and then what happened to Dahlia. So, I guess you could say she was victimized twice. بكتب اسمك يا حبيبي على لوح القديم تكتب اسمي يا حبيبي على رمل الطريق وبكرة بتشتتني عالجروح مفتحة وبيضل اسمك يا حبيبي واسمي بينمحى. When I sing that song, it reminds me of Dahlia, because my name will eventually disappear, but hers is now immortalized. She is immortalized in the book. You're not going to get one version of the truth ever about anything, because life is a paradox. Me and you can sit and watch a car accident. We're going to have our own interpretation of what we just experienced. And yet in there, somewhere, lies the truth. You know? So, coffee? Yeah. I feel like coffee? Let's cut. Coffee.
She's laughing.